Hello, my name is Gail Scheibel, and this is my needs assessment. I focused on two main topics to increase the knowledge of available services and provide information about what existing services entail. This includes what services are available, how they support those with mental illness, what locations services are available at, and what can be improved about existing services. I interviewed 3 people who gave me the okay to use their information. The first was Claire Toller. She said that St. Louis can better its mental health services by increasing its services to adults ages 18 to 25. She also said that increased acceptance of Medicaid would be a great benefit to all those receiving services. Other mental health services that would be a benefit would be social activities, clubs, and meetups, and also parent and family education. She said this was really important, including behavior management for the younger people who need help with their mental illness. She focused on the strengths and challenges and wanted to share that people are passionate and determined to get help, but when there's a stigma from the outside, it does make it harder. The second interview was from Billy Wilson. He is a marriage and family counselor. He said St. Louis can better its services by increasing peer-led support groups and creating better assessment processes for more effective treatment. He really focused on not putting in people in treatments that aren't exactly what they need and focusing more on the exact specifications of what would help them. He also mentioned that the cost of services was on the rise, and that was very difficult for clients, as well as the stigma associated with mental illness deters people from receiving the care they need. The third interview was Casey Smart. She's a special education therapist. She gets a little different perspective because she's from the education role. She said St. Louis can better its mental health services by increasing its psychiatrists that specialize in youth treatment. Working with youth, she has a great viewpoint on this, as well as increasing financial literacy. Now, this is more for the parents and the adults. It includes finding safe housing and jobs for the adult population. She said people that aren't receiving services are sometimes deterred by trained professionals who don't always have the most confidence in themselves. She's also worried that a lot of people are unaware of sliding fee scales and pro bono work. For this data, I went to the local grocery store and I asked 50 random males and random females ages 15 to 55 if they thought a mental health class should be taught. Now, the population 30 to 55 were mostly in favor, but the population 15 to 30, the ones who would be receiving these services, were not in favor. And that was really upsetting because those are the people that would actually be taking those classes now. And the fact that they don't want to just shows that this stigma is going to stick for a while. Even the yes to no ratio overall was very close. So people wanted this class, the majority, but it was very close to the people who did not. My recommendations for interventions include pamphlets and informational sessions. The pamphlets would be available at major businesses, city buildings, major food establishments, and police stations, anywhere important that would involve a lot of people coming in. And the pamphlets would have information on major organizations and services provided. So maybe somebody doesn't want to talk to somebody, and they're just walking in a building, they see this, and they say, oh, I'll pick it up, nobody will see me, and I can get information without having to divulge my own secrets. And that's a big deal for a lot of people who don't want other people to know that they have a mental illness. Informational sessions, these would be held at major businesses as well, large city buildings, maybe city-county meetings, and they would have the ability to share these via social media so more people could hear about mental illness, what's in the community to help them, and how they can help themselves. So by sharing these, I took all the information found in the needs assessment and shared it with the interviewees, the people who gave me information. And I said, this is what the community thinks, this is what research says, and this can help you, and maybe it can help your clients as well. So the successful key factors included a positive reaction from the community when speaking about mental illness. They had a lot of questions and they wanted to discuss it. So not everybody was in favor, but it's a topic that creates discussion. Overall, social workers know how to better the lives of individuals with mental illness, and they can do what's needed for those who reach out. There were some hindering key factors as well, and these include stigma, cost, social workers that get a little too involved, and lack of social workers willing to work for the nonprofit organizations, the ones that can provide the help to those with a low budget or the people in a rural area or the homeless. And that's an issue. So overall, my experience and takeaways, I gained from this experience a better understanding, of burnout and compassion fatigue. It is rough on social workers, but it's also incredibly rough on the clients. Also, I was interested that the data showed that not many people see the importance of mental health education. Overall, my knowledge of the process showed that with a needs assessment, many people can understand how the community can better itself. It's not always about what social workers can do for other people, but how the community can come together and build up its own. Social workers agree on many topics that have differing perspectives, and each point of view they bring to the table makes a difference. These are my references. Thank you for listening.